Talk to me about some of the new villains coming in this season. How you guys decide who you're going to pick and what you can say about them?
Well, you know, it's always the same process for us, which is we always start off with, you know, Oliver and now his group, his ensemble, and what are they going through? And we basically say, okay, we know the story we're telling with them emotionally. We know the arc that they are going to follow both for the episode and for the season as a whole. And then we start to look at, well, what pressure points can we place on these characters that will bring out these emotional moments that we've charted out? And those pressure points are our villains. And we basically, like, you'll see, like, in episode 1 of season 3, we picked Vertigo for a very specific reason. And it really relates to Oliver's dilemma that, for the episode, which really is a microcosm of his dilemma for the entire arc, which is, what is Oliver Queen? Is Oliver Queen the Arrow? Or is he Oliver Queen? Can he be both? Is it possible? And when you see the episode, you'll understand why it is very, very clear why we chose this version of Vertigo to tell that story. So, to answer your question, which I'm finally getting around to, the villains are always coming sort of last in our process, and it's always as a result of what are we trying to do, you know, with our characters.
Like Olicity, for example, if you were trying to create some tension or have some problems, might that be an instance that you're talking about?
Certainly. I mean, I think, you know, we're obviously taking the biggest step towards Olicity that we've ever done. They're going to finally go out on a date, and it's going to be real. And I forget if this line stayed in. It might have, but I think at some point I had written this line for Felicity, like, there aren't any cameras around this time. Oh, no, I think it's still in there. And, you know, it's very... It's a big step for both of these characters because they've been dancing around each other since episode 3. So basically, for 43 episodes, they have had this connection, and we're finally going to explore it. And I think what's most important is they're finally acknowledging it. They've never really acknowledged it to each other. They've always talked around it, and they came really close in 206. Oliver came really, really close, but he was always speaking obtuse. And then at the end of season 2, he was, we both sold it. Again, very obtuse. Now we're finally getting to it, and that's a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, will we see Oliver have a challenge in being truthful and honest with her, or is that part of their attraction, that he can't be honest and truthful with her?
Well, I think I think what's fun about the season premiere is you do get to see him be honest and truthful with her, for both good and bad. I think he's finally revealing some secrets that she didn't know, and that's and her reaction to those secrets is interesting. Look, I think they're in love with each other, and when you're in love with someone, it's very hard for that person, the person you love, to tell you something that's going to make you fall out of love with them, you know, instantaneously. But it deepens that emotional intimacy, deepens their relationship, deepens their connection.
Love it.
Cool.
Thank you so much.